So this is a Code With Me session where I will be updating my photography website. It is actually a business website, one that I started in university after I matriculated. So my journey in photography began quite early when I was probably 13 or 14 years old, through years of self-learning and also joining the photography club when I was in junior college. I began to build a portfolio. With that portfolio, I eventually applied to gigs when I was still schooling, and when I matriculated in university, I thought to myself, why not just start a photography business and see where I'll go? So that was when the website was born. And at the start, I actually used Squarespace because I had no coding knowledge. But years later, due to various reasons that I will go through later, I decided to just code the website from scratch. So today, we'll be updating the website with some new photos and videos. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the reason why I changed from Squarespace to having a custom coded website. First of all, it's definitely the cost. I remember I was paying in excess of $400 a year just for the website to be up and running. And as a university student, that is a lot of money. So when I eventually coded my own website, it was essentially free. I only had to pay for my domain, which was about $13 a year. I got it from Namecheap, so it was quite cheap. When it comes to hosting, I'm using Vercel, and I deployed my website under the hobbies tier in Vercel, which means that I don't need to pay anything. And another thing is that when I was using the Squarespace website, I felt that it was quite bloated. The site's load were very slow, even though the images were already optimized. So my custom web page actually looks much faster because I think there's less bloat. But I think Squarespace might have improved things because the last time I used Squarespace was many years ago. So when you code your own website, you also have more control because you have access to open source libraries. So you can have any features you want, all available to you for free. And you do not need to wait for Squarespace to push the features. You can just search for it online, and chances are someone has already built it. So this is the beauty of open source. So my website was built around the time where I was learning programming. I thought that it would just be a good use, maybe like a good challenge to see if I could actually migrate out of Squarespace, and also as a way to boost my coding portfolio, which I desperately needed at the time. It was just a good time to put what I've learned from my coding course into actual real-life application, web application. So the beauty about website builders like Squarespace or Wix is that they abstract a lot of the intricacies away from the end user. So as the end user, you never have to worry about things like form submission, how to build a lightbox, how to structure your pages. All these are inbuilt for you, which is what they charge you for. When I was migrating away from Squarespace, that also means that I have to take on the burden of all these intricacies, and there were a lot of things that I didn't know I had to deal with until I actually built the website. Simple things that I took for granted, like a lightbox, which is basically like a pop-up of your photos, one that allows you to transition into the next photos in a photo album. Even for simple things like that, I have to actually go hunt for open source libraries and integrate into my project. And there were many other examples that took me so much time, It was really a challenge. And I guess this is why website builders can charge this amount of money, because their developers put in the work to abstract all these complexities from the end user. So they have to be paid, right? The next thing is responsive design. With Squarespace, responsive design is built into all the web pages. No matter if you are using mobile phone, tablet, or your desktop, the user interface will scale nicely. It will play nice according to the device. So for example, if you are using a mobile phone to browse a website, instead of horizontal layout, they will show you vertical layout, which is better for phone because you can just scroll. As I migrated away from Squarespace, I have to code the responsive design into my website. So this means that I have to constantly check if the user is on a mobile phone, tablet, or desktop, and I have to render things differently. Having a custom website means that it's definitely more hassle when you have to update your website, because compared to Squarespace, where I can just click a few buttons, drag all the images into the window and upload it, I have to create a new page manually. I have to rename things. I have to upload my photos manually. I have to rename my photos. I have to import my photos, and basically do all the work that Squarespace did for me, because I refuse to pay the fee. Okay, so that's it. The website is deployed. The new changes are officially online. So this is just an introduction about the website, the workflow of updating a custom website. Hope you guys enjoyed it.